Hello, everyone. So, yeah. About those 2 seconds I said all I needed last night. Yeah, about that. At the end of, my Fulgur Anjanath part, I said I was gonna come back in about a couple of seconds, because I had to go, do my business. Well, I meant to come back, but life happened, and I had to go help my mom run a couple of errands and help with, and then I helped with dinner afterwards. But by the time all that had finished, it was already like way past 9:30, closer to 9. So there was really no point in streaming for what little time there was left. So I figured, screw it, save the next 2 monsters for tomorrow, and tomorrow is today, and the week finally is over. I'm so glad it's over. These last couple of work weeks have sucked, honestly. But anyway, I'm here, and what's the agenda? Well, we finally get to 2 more subspecies I've been itching to try out. One we've already seen in prowling around, and another we have not faced yet or seen yet, and it is... They are... Nope, not that. They are Acidic Glavenus and Ebony Odogaron. Now, I'll be frank, I've technically seen Ebony Acidic Glavenus in trailers for the game, and he looks so awesome, and I can't wait to fight him. And Ebony we've seen prowling around. So, yeah, we got ourselves 2 more main quests for new subspecies. And so instead of streaming last night, I went and farmed a couple of monsters and gave the oh crap, Glavenus Charge Blade a try. I'm still getting used to how to properly use the Charge Blade, but I really like it.
Let's go.
Indeed. Can't wait. For once the handler's actually speaking my language. Nope, I can't. I don't mean to do that. Okay, first order up the Disintegrating Blade. And I have no idea how he's gonna handle, so leave it up to 4 players in case I need help. And since he's a brute wyvern and a big one, I like to start off with something familiar. And as for what he's weak against, well, regular Glavenus was a fire monster. But as for being that he's a different subspecies altogether, he'll either be somewhat vulnerable to fire, or be weak against ice. I honestly have no freaking clue. And so far, the Ice Piton has been my default weapon for a lot of the new monsters, unless they're completely vulnerable against it. Flaming Tuza. Sever boost, blunt boost, speed boost. So yeah, it could go either way, honestly. I'll go with Old Faithful right here. See how it goes. And as you can see, I farmed out a good chunk more of the Anjanath, Fulgur Anjanath armor. I really like it. I do think it looks way better than the old one. And I do like the Master Rank regular Anjanath armor too. I like both for different reasons, not just because I like both their color schemes, but also in terms of patterns. Like this one has the tiger stripe, the other has its much more regular pattern. I like it too, just as much. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. The only thing I don't like about it is the headdress. Like, I think they could have picked something else, just a regular knight helmet and crazy hair. But hey, plenty more armor sets in the game that have different headdresses, I'm sure, so yeah, I wanted to give this a go for a while, and give the Brachydios armor a bit of a rest. I kind of want to save that one for later to see if better matching armor comes up. And I have a feeling the acidic Glavenus will have a better color scheme than the old Glavenus red. So we'll see. I love the Glavenus. It's just the skirt I don't like. Not Glavenus. I love the Brachydios. It's armor. It's just the spiky skirt I don't like. Too wide. Oh, and I love the how the new Anjanath torso kind of reinforces the female character's assets a bit. Yeah, I know. I'm a man. I'm a man. And then you have other games like Conan Exiles in which you could literally customize, well, that and everything else. Ugh. Anyway.
I'm beginning a record of the monsters riled up by that song.
Oh crap, I didn't check if I had my asthma on me. Oh well. That is a Tigrex. Less we hear from him, the better. I'll collect mystery prince. Yup, theropod. I love how on the Monster Hunter Wikia they refer to the general wyverns as Saurischia, which is the same group that theropod dinosaurs are part of. You know, three-toed feet and all that. But then, you know, they go and make up the old fantasy names for it, so it's like they're kind of sort of bridging reality with it in a weird way. That was a lot of points. Hey, at least I remembered to leave my cat on vitality mode. Investigate the subspecies. Gyros. Remolkine right over there. Research points. Just because. Aw, there's nobody right there to recruit. Oh well. Uh-oh, here. I think we're here. Aw, poor Gyros. Pretty banged up. That's a big gash in the rock. Well, with Valhazak gone, a new king's in town. Damn. Where there's one, there's many. I'll take you all on. Sorry, Gyros. Damn. Okay, I already love him.
We have to get our defenses together before Belkana's breath reaches Deliana.
The gear... Freaking... Gajalaka came out of nowhere. Talk about a bad start. Big tail. Oh, he was already positioned.
Keep a close eye on your stamina. Scrambling onto a monster will burn through it in a hurry.
He was already positioned at the wall. I messed it up. His tail's all hardened up. I can't break it so easily. Defense down. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. A lot more melee folk oriented than the regular one. Oh, he shaved his tail. Blimey, he's a big one. I like his difference in his tail. It's long and sharp instead of it's like, you know, long sword versus the regular's great sword. But now it's more vulnerable. Broke something. Probably his spine, probably the covering of his tail. Not sure. I like his overall look. I mean, it's the basic Glavenus design, sure, but there's little touches to it which make it a bit different. Namely the tail, and I like his bluish green color scheme with a bit of yellow and gray. It's nice. It works for him. It also fits a lot better with the Brachydios, that's for sure. As far as armor set colors are concerned. Okay, I see. So when he has that acid covering on, it has the debilitating effect of defense down. But when it's off, he's faster and does more damage with it. That makes sense. Bit of a trade-off. Look at that. Acid's growing back. Break his head on the wall. Do it. Yeah, he gave up, he doesn't have a fire organ anymore. He's involved completely differently from the old Glavenus. Got the tail. Woo! I'm not doing so badly, honestly. I guess because I fought regular Glavenus a certain amount of times that I've grown accustomed to him. Yeah. I mean, Glavenus is challenging, but he's very learnable and, well... I mean, he's... faster. Acidic is a bit faster and more melee-oriented than regular Glavenus, but all the same, he's, well, a Glavenus. Just a slightly more enhanced version of him for melee combat. But all the same, still, you know, I'm familiar with him enough where I can adapt accordingly, and so far, I think I'm doing pretty decently. I imagine Untempered he'll probably be a lot more difficult, or at least moderately so. No crash on the wall. Boo. Well, since we broke his tail, what comes out of it this time? I missed the chance to grapple onto his head. Miasma. Bit of a missing tail there, Glavenus. Ow. Okay, that was a good hit. I like how his tail kind of gets stuck in the ground because of all the acid spikes. Kind of like Nargacuga. Makes sense, really. Uh-oh. Tigrex. Turf War. Or no Turf War. Come on, Glavenus, give me a Turf War. I want Turf War. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Turf Wars. Oh yeah. Oh, they're rolling, they're rolling. Same thing, not too special anymore, but still, glad that it at least exists. Same Turf War, a little disappointed, but hey, at least there is one. Just wish they would do more. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little disappointed all the Turf Wars that revolve around the you know, those wyverns, especially with the brute wyverns. It's just the same tumbleweed roll. Like, come on, be more creative. Have Glavenus tail whip him or something. Or Gajalaka. Too close. What the fuck is that? Oh, he's weak. I don't want to kill him, I want to capture him. Leave Glavenus alone. He's mine. You can't have him. Acid Glavenus is mine and nobody else can take him from me. And I cannot find where camp is. I hate it when that happens. Oh my god, leave me alone, you annoying piece of shit. You're worse than Odogaron, I swear. Seriously, he's worse than Odogaron with how persistent he is. He's still following me. What the fuck? Most monsters would have given up by now. Hell, even Devil Joe isn't this persistent. And he's supposed to be the persistent one. Climb. Thank you. Ugh. Seriously, man. He just doesn't stop. Most monsters would have given up at like one of the area borders. But no, he just kept on coming. And coming. Okay. Time to go trap Mr. Acid Tail. Oh no, he's in there, isn't he? Motherfucking Tigrex. Wow, he actually went away. I'm actually surprised. Oh, like now he wants to not bother me. Did they fight? I'm surprised he hasn't died yet. My first acidic Glavenus. It's actually easier than I thought, but then again, I'm used to base Glavenus. So that would explain a lot, really.
Acidic Glavenus, successfully hunted. Amazing work!
Not as bad as I thought. Then again, I did pick the best type of weapon to handle him. From my personal experience. So yeah, Acidic Glavenus, I like him. I like his color scheme, I like how his moveset is slightly modified. I very much wager... Oh, I even got a mantle out of it. Because I did so good. I am expecting his greatsword to suck, though. Even his longsword, because, well, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I'm expecting to be disappointed. Another arena quest, of course. So that leaves Ebony Odogaron plus the... Well, since I am focusing on those two, I might as well do the arena as well.
You're doing great.
And there's our big boy. Let me guess, he's not gonna say anything.
Hello.
Nope, he won't, because we're so in story mode. Well, he's got his old tail grown back out with the acid to cover up the wound. I like the idea behind the blade with the acid. Somebody commented on that on YouTube way back, and from what I've looked up, Damascus blades, or at least modern ones, because the old original formula has since been lost to history. Damascus blades, especially modern ones, they're, you know, the ones with all the swirls on them. Apparently the way they're fashioned and made is that they dip the blades in acid, which is why they get the swirls on the blade end, on the blades. And so when you think about it, those acid crystals covering the tail sword, then he shears them off to form the blade. I like that. Has a bit of a... That's a nice little bit of, forethought put in there. Makes sense, really. In a very fantastical sort of way. I mean, it is a dinosaur monster after all, but the general principle makes sense.
Let's get this done.
So, right, so let's see his armor. It's gonna look the same as regular, I imagine, just with a different color scheme. Yep, more or less what I thought, but man oh man, will it look much better with Brachydios than the red one. It kind of looks like the Shredder with that. Is it just me, or does the face mask kind of remind me of the Shredder? With the face mask and all, and that overall samurai look. It really does. Yeah, I like it. Looks very cool. Now, oh wait. Anything on layered armor yet? What's this? Thermite. Oh, it's the, whatever you call it. Sealed eye patch. Huh. Oh, that's a layered armor version. Need to remember where to get that. I thought I did that, but I never did. Apparently. Let's look at the Palico one. Where's Glavenus? Well, I see regular Glavenus, but where's the acidic one? Look at that. How you can have the Palico have the frickin' great sword, but not you? Bullcrap. So what are we... How are we looking? What's gonna be winner and what's gonna be disappointment? Yeah. That is Ice Fang. Great Gyros leads to this. Regular Disappointment Glavenus Sword. Water Element Tree is Laguna Golem, which is just Palumo. Acidic Glavenus. Yup, Disappointment. It's just a mid-level Bone Blade. And you know what doesn't make sense? Acidic Glavenus's tail looks like an iron-shaven sword because of the metallic armor covering him. And yet, here's this sword with a completely generic bone blade. Really? Really? Come on. Stupid. Capcom. Stupid. What is wrong with you? Paralysis. Well, that makes sense. Ugh. How do Flogger Anjanath? Boring. I like the shape of the sword, but the same consensus applies. No change whatsoever. Boring. Boring. Wait a minute, that was Fulgor. I mean, still boring, but still. Same shape as the regular Glavenus dual blades. How much you want to bet? It's the weapons we all want, the great sword and long sword. Like, seriously, he has a sword like a katana, and we don't even get a katana-based unique look for him. Fuck you, Capcom. Like, all the weapons we want did not get their proper form. It's nuts. Glavenus has his hammer. Acidic Glavenus has the hammer. Yeah, it's gonna be like the lance, the hammer, and the dual blades that get their proper look, while everything else that we really want doesn't get squat. Terrible. Yup, just so far that seems to be it. I'm honestly torn whether I want the Viper Gadachi or stick with the regular one. Yup, boring. Uragoff still looks just the way it has since the beginning. I will admit, this one does not look that bad. It kind of reminds me of the Valhazak. And while I do like the general look, especially for an in-progress look, it still leaves me with a bad taste how there's still no final form for it, but to a general base look, it doesn't look terrible. I can kind of live with it, but still. Wish there was a legit final form, especially since it's in master rank. You would think that it would have a proper look at some point, right? Challenger Blade looks cool. Same shape, but cool. Animus. Insect Slave's probably gonna have the... Probably gonna look the same too, just with different color scheme. That seems to be the big pattern. I never really liked the look of the Anjanath glaive. Just never agreed with me. The big club at the end. Yup, just as I thought. Same shape, different color scheme, but it doesn't look too bad. I kind of like the acidic ridges on the blade right there. Matches the tone of what they were going for. So yeah. Pros, the weapons that already have a Glavenus form are translated towards these, and they look great. Problem, however, is that the other weapons that should have an awesome final form, like specifically the great sword and long sword, and also because of preference and also further because I like them a lot, the switch axe don't, the ones that make sense to have with the monster don't have the final form. Like, what the shit? No great sword for either Glavenus, no long sword for them. Like, hell, even if you wanted to keep to go the New World style, you could have compromised with either of these having their own distinct weapon. Like, you could have had the Glavenus greatsword, look like the Glavenus greatsword from before, going with the theme of the monster in totality, while having the Glavenus longsword look, generic. While in the case of acidic Glavenus, you could have had the longsword have the much more awesome shape, while having, the greatsword look generic. I'd still would have been sad, but at least there would have been more of an even compromise. But no, it's just generic for both of them. Same with the switch axe, which is a crying shame. They really robbed both of them of what could have been great designs. This looks cool. I don't count on there being a unique shape, but I do like the overall impression for the bows. Hell, the Blizzard, most of the Barioth weapons got a proper look. Most of them. The longsword has a generic shared look, but it surprisingly matches with the other ones. Look at that, the Barioth. Again, Barioth has the better look. It's not a laser sight. Are you kidding me? Do the freaking people of Monster Hunter World have the technology to create laser sights? Laser scopes? Cause that seems a little weird. Oh, the Nargacuga has a proper look at least. Oh, holy shit, the Horcrux Scattershot looks meaner than ever. I find it funny, it's a shotgun when it looks pretty long, but then again, it looks more like a rifle than a shotgun to me, but whatever. The Tigrex cannon is a Tigrex head. So far, no Tigrex tank cannon for the light gun that I could tell, which is sad because that weapon looked ridiculously funny and awesome at the same time. Brachydios looks nifty. Now that's a nice looking heavy cannon right there for for Glavenus. With coming in with both barrels, motherfucker. It goes from burning to from regular burning to acidic, all in one tree, which is kind of weird. Now for the bows. Brachydios has a nice look to it. I like how it embodies the monster with the 3 prongs. Only blast element. Makes sense, I suppose, although it is a bit limited. Then again, it sounds like a specialist weapon. Baryoff looks nice. Seriously, out of all the new monsters and old monsters, Baryoff seems to be the one that got the best treatment out of most of these. And that's just sad, to say the least. Granted, I love Baryoff. I just wish the other weapons got the same treatment. And the full gore just goes back to level 1 look. No, level 2 look. But I do like the general look of this one. Does mesh well with Anjanath in general. Did I say Glavenus? I meant Fulgur Anjanath. I don't know. And I'm definitely gonna need that for as far as Master Rank Kirin is concerned, because oh boy, Firebow is the best weapon against Kirin. And I loathe Kirin. With the passion of 1,000 suns. And no, I'm never gonna get tired of saying that. What was the Brachydios' bow was blast all the way. What's this one? It has more options to it, but no blast, which is, well, it has blast there, but not blast vial, you'd think, but whatever. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a lot of the same weapons I got with regular Glavenus. That's for sure. And since we're on the subject, let's go fight him in the arena, shall we? And did we get enough research points to know what he's weak against? Truthfully, instead of guesswork. Huh, he was very weak to ice. And look at that. He's very weak to fire. So, yeah. It goes the whole opposites thing like I was talking about before. Weak to tail, tail is breakable and severable, head's breakable, even the arms are breakable, funny enough. I didn't expect that. Especially with how tiny they are, but then again, so is Baryoth's so is Baryoth's arms. Why did they call the Sabertooth Baryoth? It's too close to Baryoth. Oh boy. Anyway. Blaze. Oh yeah, I didn't need to bother with miasma that much. Oh, barely been It's barely been an hour, probably not even close, and my voice already hurts. Ugh. Yeah. I hate to keep moaning about the weapons. I don't know, it's just, you see monsters build games, and they don't come back with half of their old weapon designs when it's super easy for Capcom. Could have been super easy for them to just, you know, update the look like they did the monsters. And then you have a lot of the new ones which don't even get new weapons at all, like Beatotus and Bonboro. Especially with how their shtick of what could have made them is literally plastered right on their face. Right on their very faces. And some of the old monsters from the base game still don't have proper final forms. Like Tobi-Kadachi. So yeah, it still upsets me. I'm sorry. I need to, can these be upgraded yet? I need to figure that out. And I'll change, Cat's equipment when I get back to... When I get to the camp. I won't need capturing him for this one. So, alright, so Acidic Glavenus Part 2, and then we go to Ebony Odogaron. Someone commented. Hold on. Hold on. Vitality, because that always saves me. So yeah, Acidic Glavenus, so far I'm liking him. Who's there? It's the truth. About my weapon rant? Or what? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay. Wait a minute, let me turn my chat on my phone on. I hate that some weapons looks like the bone with the skin strapped on it. Yeah, thank you. I mean, some of them I don't mind, but at the same time, the overall principle applies. If you're going to build up to a final form for a weapon, give them the final form, especially if they're based on a returning monster. And some of the monsters, like Beatotus, literally have their weapons right smack mounted on their own heads. Like, when I saw the Death Scythe Greatsword, I thought that was going to be Beatotus' weapon. But, nope. And I missed. Like, they spent more time adding J.J. Abrams' lens flare to weapon attacks than actually bringing, you know, fixing what everyone and their mother told them was a problem with the game. Lame weapon designs. Especially when the very premise of the series is to get awesome looking stuff from the monsters based on their attributes. And I seriously hope Capcom is taking notes and that they actually fix this shit in an update. Because I can't stand it. I mean, you were perfectly willing to go all out with the armors, but you didn't with the weapons. Like, yeah. Bullshit. I don't understand it. I simply do not understand it. El Toro, Toro. Ah, stop biting me. There's his precious tail. Tail, who has no longsword for him, same as how regular does not have a proper greatsword for him. Missed opportunity. Like, seriously, just about everyone in the monster community, like, told Capcom to fix this, and they didn't. They didn't even bother. It's sad. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about it now because I think I've said it enough. Give me your tail. Give me your delicious tail. Broke his horns. I love how his tail is resting on the side. They were like, nah, too easy to have it glitch through. Actually give it some interactability. Ah! I'm gonna wait till he tires out a bit before I... Wait a minute, he's exhausted. Hee hee. Ah, couldn't get it in time. While he's busy with Vic, quickly sharpen this. Go back down. Ah. Defense down. Whoops. I like that. His tail gets stuck in the ground because of the spikes like Nargacuga. Ow. Okay, that's a different attack. Regular Glavenus didn't do that. Like directly stabs into the ground with it. Yeah, he does what Velkhana does with her sword tail. Stabs it into the ground. I like that. Little differences that differentiate the two. He even holds his tail a little differently. Yeah, he's like a swordsman. I love it. I love how different the both Glavenus fight in comparison to each other. Yeah. Yeah. Attack regular Glavenus's tail when it's heated up. So that way it's more... It kind of loses its hardness. Break this acid's tail when it's exposed and unprotected from the crystal. Kind of like breaking a sword that's been left to be brittle for too long. Or something to that extent. Hold still. Ah. I wanted to do a grapple, but I keep forgetting that having the insect glaive doesn't allow for it. Unlike the other weapons. Come on. Come on. Come this way. Yep, tap R3. Okay. I'll try that. Oh, you're actually right. I didn't notice. I'm so used to it being L2 for readying it that I didn't notice. That makes a world of difference. Thanks, Bruce. Like, I never even noticed that was the case. Hey, it doesn't... They don't even bring it up at first. At all. Hey, Grumpy. Hurting his exposed tail seems to work. Yeah, he doesn't have a throat sack for an element like a regular one does, so that seems to be somewhat out of the picture as far as weaknesses go. Sharpen my blade, sharpen my blade. He reaches down from up there. That's cool. Damn, he's a warrior. He just keeps going. Ah! Come on, go down. Still going. I didn't run into the wall. Got him. Holy shit. That dragged a long time. You are a worthy opponent, acidic Glavenus. Yep, getting the tail. Thank you. Nice indeed. Took a long time, though. I have the sudden compulsion to want to fight him with a longsword now. Mano-y-mano. Great sword for regular, long sword for him. I just wish their respective weapons got the proper treatment. Even the cut is different. Look at that. Like, regular Glavenus' tail kind of looked like had a bit of a socket on the inside, whereas this one is just an iron blade down to the core. I even think, yeah, his tail is longer to accommodate it. Yeah. So yeah. Fighting him again, this time in the arena with no other monsters distracting me, I get more of an appreciation for him. Yeah, his basic fighting style is more or less the same, but much more, but different too. Like, regular Glavenus had a lot of chops with his tail because of his longsword. Sorry, Dad. Because of the longsword tail, he fights similarly, but a little different. He jabs a lot more. He doesn't just do regular chops, which makes him interesting. Much more melee focused. So yeah, I like both of them. I really do. I think Acidic Glavenus is a wonderful addition. And I wouldn't mind seeing more subspecies with different tail configurations come to the picture. I really would. Oh, by the way, kind of a correction. I once opined that several parts ago that Velkhana was like the first and only ice elder dragon. That's not exactly true. I completely forgot that there actually is another ice elder dragon, and it was a variant of It's not called Teostra. It's called by a completely different name, but it's basically Teostra with ice covering him. And it was in Monster Hunter Freedom, which is that side series that's much more multiplayer accommodating, and it's like a Japan specific. So yeah, being that it's a side series that virtually nobody in the West plays, because it's not available here. It's no wonder I forgot.
Let's get this done.
Okay. Do I want this or do I want this? I want the long cape, so it goes with my Brachydio set. The color scheme's also very much more accommodating for it. One down. I'm gonna wear the Andanaf for the rest of this part, and then I'll eventually switch. Seriously, you kind of look like the Shredder with, or at the very least, a very, very pointy-looking samurai with that helmet. The helmet for Glavenus, both this and the acid, reminds me very heavily of the Shredder. Just look at the way it's shaped. The only thing missing is the gauntlet claws on the right hand. Okay, what was the insect glaives lead up to it? Tobigadachi, Viper. I missed it, didn't I? Where is it? There it is. So, Tyrannus Glaive. I was originally thinking about doing Beototus, but I already have the Barioth as far as ice goes, and it's just a generic shape. So I was waiting to see what would pop up, and Acidic Glavenus is it. So, yeah, I don't particularly recall having a paralysis-based weapon, so I'm gonna go straight with the Glavenus. Don't particularly like the Diablo staff anyway, since the affinity is garbage. And it's so slow to use. Oh, stamina upgrade and healing's nice. Sever boost. It needs an element less gem to be more effective. That blows. And I don't have enough parts for it, so I'm definitely going to be farming acidic Glavenus off screen. Most definitely. Wait a minute, let me put her on the wish list. So yeah, definitely getting that one. And now we have Odogaron. Ebony Odogaron, specifically. Do I have any acidic quests?
The pickle.
Define which pickle. Devil Joe or just a regular tasty pickle. Nah, I don't have any acids yet. I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to go after him some more in an optional quest in order to get to him. Could awaken it, although paralysis is meh. Yeah, that's probably the biggest drawback with paralysis. It kind of just happens whenever it wants. So it's almost not worth it, but I like to get the best out of what I can out of them. I miss Najarala, and its paralysis weapon builds were the best. I would love to see Najarala fidelity, although I imagine they couldn't do it due to similar issues with the build like Legiacris. I hate that they couldn't fit him in. I wish they did. Hopefully, and I was also hoping they would have figured it out for Iceborne, but so far it looks like they couldn't. Hopefully soon, when in the next console Monster Hunter world, or Monster Hunter game in general, they finally figure it out. Because I really would love the Leviathans to come back in a modern game.
Let's go.
And honestly, I would... more amphibian and serpent monsters like Xantrios. I would have loved for Xantrios to be in this game. So amphibians and the Leviathans. We did get more fanged wyverns, since I think for the longest time, if I recall correctly, Zinogre was the first and only one, and World brought him in by the truckload. Yeah, I'm gonna need to farm in the optional quest in order to unlock investigations for them. Alright, so we got our next buddy. Xantros was funny. The rolling, yeah. And when he inflates his throat and starts bouncing, that's when it's like... It kind of loses his intimidation factor, but at the same time, it's just so freaking hilarious. I mean, you have a walking shark frog, and then he inflates himself and starts bouncing all over the place. It's great. Ebony Odogaron, how will he fare? I imagine he'll behave very similarly to regular, but with, of course, some more tricks up his sleeve. And he definitely looks, he looks like a Devil Joe if he were a 4-footer. If he were a quadruped. And the way he looked walking by looked like... smelled of dragon breath with all the fog coming out of his mouth.
I'm keeping a record of the monsters being affected by that song.
Sure you are. I forgot to construct stuff. Hold on a sec. Still building Barrioth is to fight. Barrioth is to fight Ebony Odogaron. Really? Okay. I'll change. So you're saying Barrioth is an ice element weapon is better than the fire Rathalos staff is what you're saying. So far, the Barrioth staff has been my favorite out of all of them in Iceborne so far. Great look, very reliable, although I still have other weapons to use in case Ice Element doesn't pan out. Good luck. Oh, I didn't fill up. Pardon. Oh, okay, you're not sure. Just building your stuff. Well, I'll give the Rathalos blue staff a go. See how that works. Surprisingly, I did fine with it fighting. Then again, acidic Glavenus was being targeted by everyone from the Gyros to the Tigrex, so it's no surprise he went down as fast as he did. Had a little unintentional help. Oh, there it is. You know, I keep calling, everyone keeps calling Odogaron a big red dog. Me, if you've watched any of my previous parts, I've opined calling him a devil weasel. Because he's, much more closely based. I don't know if Capcom themselves have confirmed it, but the way he looks fits very closely with that of a weasel-based yokai from Japanese folklore that had sabers on his arms. And the way he barks is very much more weasel-like than dog barks. But hey, if it's dog, it's dog. Either way, canine. Or mammal in general. I really do like Odogaron. He's like he reminds me of Gorgonopsids. Hell, a lot of the fanged wyverns in some way remind me of Permian period synapsid reptiles, which were the forebears of modern mammals. Like Dimetrodon, he was one of them. Anteosaurus and Estimenosuchus and a bunch of others. Gorgonopsids. Think of them as like tigers, like giant reptilian tigers. That's pretty much what they look like. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh, hi, Odo. We were just talking about you. Alrighty then. Oh. Oh, he mad. Ah, he severed his neck. Okay. Aw, poor Odo. Down boy. Okay, that is a very different moveset. I love how his claws are all blood red. Dragon Pod. So the reason why he is how he is because he's feasted on dragon element. Ah, I got infected by dragon element somehow. Must have sprayed it on me at some point. Well, he just goes and picks up his piece of meat. That's funny. So I'm guessing the reason why Ebony Odogaron is how he is because he feasted on dragon element. Like, how many elder dragons did he feast on that were dead? That's the only explanation I can think of. I'll have to look it up. Seriously, dragon element is like the atomic radiation of the Monster Hunter universe. Like Devil Joe's practically Godzilla with it, and now you have this thing. Oh, turf war. How will it fare? The devil dog is on top. Okay, that was awesome. Probably the same turf war regular Odogaron has with Ligiana, but I don't for the life of me ever recall seeing it. So, I'm considering this first. It's the hunk of meat that he carries around. That's funny. No, I don't want leggy. Broke the tail. Have a little dental work, Odo. How about a pedicure? Yeah. Come on, quickly. Oh, come on, Gajalakas. Why you do this? Just gets his meat. I can't stop laughing at that. Ugh. Ebony shard. That's just freaking hilarious. That was a cool turf war. How he turns the tables on Legiana, and the devil dog that he is just goes on top of her. And they're still fighting. Where'd he go? He ran away. Courage the Cowardly Dog ran away. Or Cowardly Weasel, whichever one. Either or, take your pick. Oh, okay. Don't know how that happened, but I'll take it. Is there another monster in here? Oh, wait a minute. It's Nargacuga. Didn't expect to see him. Oh, turf war. This is gonna be great. Oh. But Narga's not having it. Oh. That was awesome. That was a real cat and dog fight. Or whatever you want to call it. That was cool. Yeesh. Ouch, 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 ouch. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Ah! Damn. That was a cool turf war, although admittedly it was a bit obscured from the view on the hill, but I liked what I saw. Ebony Odo tries to get the drop on Narga, but Narga's not having it. He just digs into him and tosses him around by the end of it. There was a piece around here. It says, well, I see a dead Shameless, but no bit of whatever it was. Well, it said there was a thing, but I don't see a thing. And for once, the glittering is not showing. Hello, Narga. Good seeing you as always. I love Nargacuga. Probably my favorite of the 3 Tigrex-shaped wyverns. Where the heck did he go? I did not see a skull, nor did I see him limp. He probably is weak. I'll switch to the cat to trap, so that way I can catch him. He doesn't seem to be asleep yet. Okay, that was something. Oh, he was weak.
Ebony Odogaron, successfully hunted. Amazing work.
Odogaron. Bit of an accent there. I like Ebony Odogaron. I don't feel I got everything out of him, what with the wars with Narga and Leggy, but I like him. He's a nice twist. I like how his eyes change color too, depending on his mood. Yeah, the skull shape did not show when he left, so I was very confused. I hate it that it does that sometimes where it won't show, even when he's technically weak. It's pretty annoying, actually. Especially if it's a capture quest, and killing it is an instant failure. And you're like, what the shit? I didn't see the skull. I didn't see him limp. Like, that happened to me yesterday when I was, doing a capture quest for Brachydios, I think. And, yeah. Like, it really, like, I hate that it still does that. Like, if the monster's weak and close to death, show the freaking skull. Don't leave me guessing, especially if I can't tell sometimes. I mean, sometimes, like, I didn't see him limp. He just sped away. And immediately as I show up, he went to sleep.
Okay.
Celiana's new defenses have arrived safely. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't come to the rescue. You have my thanks. Final preparations are underway on the Dragon Razor. Dragon Razor! Like Jugulator, Judas Priest. We'll need that completed if we hope to drive back Velkhana. Seriously, Dragonator sounds like something you would hear out of a metal album from Judas Priest or something. And Dragon Razor? Probably a follow-up. There have already been sightings just outside Celiana's gates. We don't have much time.
Listen to me.
Let me make this clear. Our mission now is to drive Velkhana back and protect Celiana. Phase 1 is to distract or blind Velkhana to stall for time until that Dragon Razor is finished. Only things protecting the Dragon Razor and Celiana are you hunters and a barricade. See that the barricade isn't breached. So, yeah, it's a siege mission, kind of like Zora Magdaros. But perhaps closer to that of Kolv Teroth, and I want to say Gogmazios and what was it? Lao Shenlong. I want to say. Then again, I haven't played it yet or seen it except in trailers. Phase 2 begins once the Dragon Razor is complete. We hit Velkhana with it and force it to retreat. Once it's fully built, you'll need to load fuel into the Dragon Razor before it can be fired.
Okay.
Alright, field team, finish any last-minute prep, then accept that quest ASAP. As soon as preparations are complete, everyone in the stairs, save a skeleton crew, will be shipping out to Celiana.
Get going.
Stakes couldn't be much higher. Let's make this mission a success.
Preparations are complete, and the burner in my heart's cooking at full blast. Let's keep Celiana safe, Pard.
Oh, the supplies that was there is gone. Guess that was for the Razor.
I am overwhelmed with admiration.
Admiration, he says. General Force, it's 5 days. I'll do this later. Oh, wait a minute. The reason I came over here. Capture Nargacuga. I could have sworn I had Nargacuga quests already lined up. Anything new on the optionals? Yes. Odogaron in the forest. I'll do the arena by myself. For now, forest. That's cool. We get him in the ancient forest. Considering that, regular Odogaron was only ever fightable in the Vale and in the Highlands. What's he weak against? We don't know yet. Time is it? 7:45 already. Shit. Well, I will try the ice staff this time, see how that goes. So this will be 2 for 2. I'll do the arena. You all know what the arena is. I don't think you need to see more of it. Doesn't matter what monster's in there anyway. So I'll do that casually on my own. This is perfectly fine. This I can do. And right on his doorstep. He hit me with dragon. too enraged. I can't run him into the wall yet. Come on. Damn it. Damn it. You know, I honestly really hate how the pterosaurs are, the wyverns that they carry me, that they now drop me behind the monsters. Yeah, it seems convenient, but when you can't even change your own cat's equipment at any equipment box you find, and you get dropped in the way you don't want to, it's like, okay, the game's screwing me. This is not helpful. Some help is not help. Like, I'd much rather track the monsters the old-fashioned way. I mean, the tail riders are good enough. I don't need those stupid wing drakes to drop me off right on top of them and completely unprepared. It's bullshit. Go on, you silly lizard. Can't fight in this tiny enclosure. I don't want to do that. I want to aim with my gun. My glaive. I wish I had a gun. At this point. Ugh. Come on. Here comes Narga. I don't know what is happening. Ugh. Fighting him in these close quarters is exhausting. He just doesn't stop. Not helped by the dragon element. Shit. Serves you right. Ah, no wall crash. Boo. Okay. Get 'em, boys. Ugh, I hate fighting him in such close quarters. I think he's almost dead. I thought I saw him limp. Oh, he sleeps in this corner. I don't think I've seen any monster sleep in the tree right here. So, about time somebody made use of it, I guess. Oh, I think I know where this is. It's the other side of the one part of the tree that can be breached. Say cheese. That worked wonderfully. I hate how the big exit select destination screen blocks the view of his head. Like, come on, I want to see the lights of it. I want to see the lights of his eyes. Because his eyes light up. Not the whites of his eyes. There's no whites on him to speak of. It's either blood red or cyan blue. Although I think his eyes are white when he's calmed down. I don't know. At least this one, anyway. I don't know about... I know the regular one's eyes are always, like, cyan. Okay, we made dog meat out of him. Or weasel, or whatever the fuck he is. That was much harder than the Coral Highlands. Although I blame that mostly on the extremely confined space of the forest compared to the Highlands. Oh, that's right, his armor and weapons. I need to look at those. Completely forgot about that. Oh, Judy. I didn't... Ugh. His main weakness is water. Oh, I didn't notice your comment there. Hell, I didn't even think it was there. A little...
Preparations are complete, and the burner in my heart's cooking at full blast. Let's keep Celiana safe, Pard.
Well, a little late, but better knowing now than never. I was pretty much just figuring out as I went along, since I did not, you know... I don't have enough points to know what his main weaknesses are. But good to know from somebody. Sorry it took me so long to notice, because for whatever reason... You know how it's supposed to signal at the top? How somebody commented? Well, I never saw it. It never popped up, so I never saw your comment there. So, pardon me if it seemed like I was ignoring you. Because I didn't even notice. Not to mention, I rarely ever have the comment board up on screen, except for my either phone or PC, because very, very few people ever leave comments, so... Rather than have a dead zone of nothingness, I just, you know, take up the full screen. I just, you know, put it away.
No problem.
Alright, so let's look at what Odo's weapons are. I doubt he gives me a great sword, because regular Odogaron never gave me a great sword. Nope, no great sword, like I figured. Yeah, Glavenus longsword is boring. It looks more like a bury-off sword than a Glavenus sword, honestly. I know regular Odo had dual blades, so let's see how it is. Odo, Glavenus blades, Viper blades, Odogaron, and there's regular. Ooh, these look gnarly. Huh, dragon element, another non-dragon monster with that element. Wow, these look wicked. I like these. The purple and red pattern does it justice. Yeah, I like it. I really do. They look evil. Don't think there's a hammer, but I'll check. Yeah, generic spear, lance. I believe Odo had a gun lance. No, wait, no, he didn't. I don't think he. No. I'm confusing it with the charge blade. There's a lot of weapons I wish Odogaron had for him, other than charge blade and dual blades. Like, there's so many more they could have done with him. Like, why do certain monsters get more weapons than the others? I don't get it. Ebony Odo. I do love the red and tan, but I also really but the dark blue and red also complements it. Like a dark flame of the underworld. That looks wicked. $300 fire with dragon element elder seal. Pretty high actually. Huh? It looks good. Really good. Where's the sin? Sin. Less affinity, but high elder seal. Damage is the same regardless. In terms of raw damage. So, Rathalos, 644. So, Rathalos is higher regardless. Could have sworn. Was there any other? Glavenus is 744 as well. So yeah, honestly, the Odogaron basic spear has a lower damage anyway. Plus, its element. Well, it has good sharpness, that I can tell, but but the fire element is locked away behind the elementalist barrier, so you have to like give it that in order to use it. But on the other hand, you have the Nether Vajra, which has adequate enough damage, also high sharpness, and a very high elder seal, so it's probably useful against elder dragons, all three of those, because of that. And I imagine the Rathalos and Glavenus get more white sharpness as they level up anyway, whereas the Odogaron is almost done anyway, so you could go at any any direction, honestly, and be perfectly fine, I think. Okay. So, yeah, I would say Ebony is definitely a bit more tricky compared to regular because of the dragon element in tandem with the bleed attack that he does. So water's his main weakness. Got it. Okay, so we know what... So, Ebony, Odogaron A, Odogaron B, Death Garen. Yeah, a darker color scheme than the red. I'd say that's a bit more appropriate than the red as far as ninja outfits are go. I like both of them, really. They're good, Ooh, the eye glow's red on the inside. Why does it keep going all over the place? Like, no. Stick to a setting. And stop going all over the place, you silly game. Why is the D-pad so sensitive now? I don't get it. Anyway. Yeah. It looks nice. Critical eye. And dragon resistance. So this is a very, very, very good anti-dragon power suit. It even does good dragon attack too. So you could go after monsters that are super weak against dragon, like Rathalos, and combined with the dragon resistance and the elder seals of the weapons, you could probably make a good anti-elder dragon set out of this. So yeah, it's good. I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna build it yet, but I like it. So yeah, I like Odogaron. He's tougher than regular, but I like him, and he has a very good weapon and armor set that is likely very good against dragon monsters. So I'd say all's good with him. I still want to go after acidic Glavenus some more, and I still have the arena for him, but now that I know water's his main weakness, I'll be sure to keep that under consideration until the game finally updates accordingly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a second stream tonight, especially with the grinding I want to do involved, so if nothing else, I will get to the next story bit tomorrow. Depending on how things go tonight. I'll try and do it, but I don't know. Besides, I'm not sure. Besides, if Jay is streaming tonight, I want to see her progress too, you know. Help a fellow hunter, you know, be there for a fellow hunter, you know. So yeah, Ebony Odo, I like. His gear, I mostly like too. I just wish that he had a few more weapons to him, that's all. That's another complaint I have. Not enough. Some monsters have a bunch of weapons while others get jack and squat. And Odo, I think, I would have loved to have seen more stuff for Odo. But we got what we got. Hopefully the next game when Capcom has figured the series out a bit more for consoles, because I'm gonna be honest, the series has been stagnated by being portable for so long. It's no wonder half the stuff from the past games is not here. So hopefully they will have figured it out a bit more. So yeah, Ebony, I like ya. Acidic, I like you too. Both wonderful additions. And hope to see more of them in the future. So yeah, I think that'll about do it for the stream. If time permits, I'll come back and we'll do the next story beat. If not, I'll be back tomorrow then, and hopefully I won't leave y'all hanging like yesterday. So yeah, thank you Bruce, thank you Judy, thank you Grumpsies, thank you thank you Grumpy, and thank y'all for viewing, and I'll see y'all later when I can. Thank y'all, peace out.